Alright, so let me turn that on. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Why? Oh, those windows are different size. Okay, sure. Alright, so once again, continue along with the animated illustration. I have what can be considered, at least for now, a general prototype for the overall animation. It looks a little bit choppy and blocky. I don't know if that's more because of Live2D just freaking out because that's a lot of parameters it's trying to move around altogether. But it looks a little bit blocky and choppy and not everything feels super smooth. I think a good couple of parts still need to specifically have some curves managed as well. Namely, I think the mouth open can actually be pulled back a little bit and then turned into more of a curve that goes logarithmic so that it leans out and then just spikes upwards. That's what I'm thinking. Just so that some of the motions happen a little quicker. Also, because it's 30 frames, it looks a little bit blocky. 60 frames changes it so that it is instead 12 seconds long. That obviously makes everything quite a bit quicker. But at that point, I was actually thinking, do we just take it from 60 frames to... where am I here? Why do I have hiccups again? Why do I always have hiccups when I'm streaming? Oh boy. Oh, wait. Just down to big ass gulp of water. So we have this 60 frames, but we bring it back up to the 24 seconds that was intended. So that does that just shush everything out for me? Wait. No, because now the duration is all the way out to here. Can we increase the duration of this and not drag the whole thing? Because we bring the whole thing out and then... Oh. Wait, what? Do not show absolute password links. What the fuck is this doing? Can I just grab everything in here? Is that a thing I can do? Okay, fine. We'll go from here all the way down to here. Go like that. Okay, so you can kind of see the part where it goes up to a certain point here. But we just grab all of this and tell it to go all the way out to 24 seconds, which I think is about here actually, based on these parameters. That should stretch the original out to 24 seconds with the 60 frames smoothness is ideally what I would have liked. I'm very much thinking that this is probably more laggy because of the fact that my PC isn't able to handle it. I am practically using all of my CPU and my memory which is a slight issue. Okay, you know what? I am actually going to let me just turn a couple of things off, but I am going to turn off VTube Studio because it is using up a fair amount of memory and resources. So we'll just have to go about my face for a change. And that frees up about 10 to 20% on both my RAM and my wait, what's this? This is bring this out to 24. Okay, yeah, that actually cleans up my the memory I'm using quite a bit, so it shouldn't lag quite as much now as I'm doing things at the very least, but so we watch it now. Everything is definitely smoother than it was before. I'm only using about half my CPU now rather than about 80%. My memory's down about another 15% as well. I really need another stick of RAM. But then I had to go through all the checks to make sure the RAM fits correctly in my PC, into my motherboard. Okay, looking at it now, I feel like some of these motions actually need to be a little bit quicker. Namely, the things like the mouths moving. Oh, what? Wait. Hmm? Alright, where is she? Huh? How much of this stuff? Hmm? Interesting. Okay, that should shush all of that out. Then everything that isn't this part, I'm just gonna take a look at that. This all just clean out of there. Why is that all shush clean out of there? Hello there. Working through a animated illustration right now of Hololive's Gura. I just changed a bunch of settings on the actual scene, or basically changed it from 30 frames per second to 60. Why is this longer than the shock motion? Is this working correctly? A lot of the movements still need fine-tuning because right now it is a little bit clunky, but just trying to work out what the heck I just did. Oh, we're looking at the curves of a lot of parameters right now just because it's easier to look at exactly what's happening overall. I'm just trying to work out what the heck I did that made something stop moving, which is a slight issue. Because the green stops moving. Why does Wiggle 2 stop moving? Does Wiggle 2 need to keep moving though? That's also another question. It technically doesn't because all of the shadows are finished by then. Yeah, right now I am working through the animation. Or, more precisely, I'm adjusting things right now, but... I'm gonna do a little bit on the Live2D modeling as well today, because I need specifically to add in some extra motion so that I can do a little bit of camera work within Live2D, because camera work in Live2D is very fake. That should do that. Okay. Okay, so everything just, for some reason, isn't reaching the point that I need it to. Well, it's a one-man project, so yeah, I am doing everything. That's what happens when you do things on your own, right? You just start throwing it together. Well, no, the first step to a one-man project is to completely overscope it, which I did do. As every good one-man project is, it was very overscoped and I didn't finish on the deadline I gave myself. So right now this is actually more supposed to be the thing I'm pulling out for. I don't have anything else that I want to do right now. What is happening here? Why is this cutting off? I might actually have to save this into a separate file with the 60 frames. Actually, what's the best way to do this? Oh yeah. I should have saved this into a different file before I start doing this. Actually, you know what? When was the last time I saved? I don't know what the last time I saved was. Let me just go into my backups, and I'm just gonna yank out the Do animations get saved? They do. Where's the file from yesterday? Is that the last version? Oh, there's a version of when I opened up today. Alright, what's the best way to do this? Okay, let me just see what happens if I try and throw this into Live2D. This is... Please open. Why are you no open? Can I not just drag it straight in? Okay, fine. What happens if I double click it then? If it opens another instance, it's opening another instance of Live2D. Of course it is. Yikes. Oh, you can just drag PSD straight into Live2D, but they don't let you drag Live2D files straight into Live2D for some reason. No, I'm trying to... So this is my backups folder. I'm trying to pull out the version from about when I started today. So that I could get the 30 frame version of the file. But instead of allowing me to open it in the same instance of Live2D, so if I just pull this to the side, it opened up a second instance of Live2D. Which is not helpful, but yeah, it's fine. I can put this. Because, you know, technology obviously works currently at all times. Let's just drag this out a little bit as well. Also, what I'm doing right now is 100% not the way you should be managing parameters in the timeline. I am very much just grabbing them and stretching them out to the new points rather than setting them up correctly. Purely under the assumption that fine-tuning can come later, because I'm expecting most of the motions to look pretty shitty right now. Okay, let's just see what happens with this loop. I mean, the funnest bit of today is that I had to turn off VTube Studio to save up resources so that this preview window doesn't lag like crazy. Okay, a lot of these motions need the curves to be adjusted a bit because the movements don't feel very natural. They feel very much like an animatronic. But that is fine, that can wait for a moment. I need to do the other part right now, which is to go, let's say 60 frames, grab the aquarium, slap it into here. Then we want to actually not change the scale. Oh, this is... What? You don't need to open up two of these. Close. Okay, so for the camera work within Live2D, because you can't actually move the camera, you have to move the illustration underneath. So I'm just gonna add some parameters here that very artificially move everything around. And it's gonna look incredibly stupid, but it's gonna work. Do I want to move the whole background part around as well? Just thinking about the best way to do this. Let me just... you can be... yeah, you can be purple, why not? Okay, so we're gonna have a parameter, we'll just say, Gura, say X here, we'll just go 10 to 10. We're gonna just slap it onto this rotation deformer that I just have sitting around. Basically, what needs to happen is that I need an artificial way of just grabbing her and going... Let's just say like that. Let me actually have my defaults locked so that I know exactly what I'm doing. So basically, it lets me move the whole layer of Gura around. I'm just gonna do a very arbitrary amount both ways, because honestly this does not matter. I just need a range of values that I can work with. And then we'll just give her a Y as well. Actually, should I blend these? Might be better if I make these blend shapes, then I don't have to worry about them as much. In theory, it shouldn't matter, because we don't actually care about the movement here. We're just gonna grab her, we're just gonna shift her a whole bunch, and that's gonna be good. Alright, sure, why not? We'll just do that, and then we'll go super size, corner, sure, whatever. It's not that important, and then we want to go... That's all good. if you can put up with my ramblings, I do explain most of what I'm doing. 90% of that is to convince myself as I'm working that I'm doing the right thing. Which is also why occasionally I'll slow down and then look at it and then start asking myself why I look so stupid. But Alright, I just bring this down here, show whatever, there we go. Synthesize, we'll say... Yeah, just synthesize corners there. Okay, so this basically means that we have this square box of basically area that this can move in, and a square box of area where this can move in. How long do I want this to be? I want this to be probably about 8 seconds. Stretch that out to 8 seconds. I'm actually deciding if I want to do my background using the whatchamacallit. Okay, so I know the final frame that I'm on. Let me just get the final frame here. I want this to end with the scale at 50. That's 100% required, and this position is also required, so we'll just insert a keyframe there. Before that, so let me just stretch this out so that's actually covering the whole thing. Before that is the fun part, because that's not what we need. We'll bring this back up to 100. And let's just say that we actually want to start, let's say, we start here, then we want to start, let's pretend that we want, the shark to be off camera, so let's just shift the shark out of the camera view. We want to start Gura out of the camera view, so we're just going to shift her out of there. Actually, do we want to start out of the camera view, or do we want to start out of the camera? Actually, before any of that, I need to set their final positions, which is where they are currently, so let's just set that in. And be in the final frame, and not the frame after, please. Okay, we definitely want to start the shark out of frame, so we're just going to shift the shark out of here. Want to... Do I add a zoom onto the shark and Gura as well? That's quite a question. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit more. Let's bring this up to like 125, 110. And we're going to bring the position, please, this way a little. I basically want this to pan onto her a little bit. I've got 8 seconds, so let's just say over the span of, this is 1 second, this is about a second and a half. Let's say about a second and a half. I want this to pan over her a little bit. I'm just going to insert a keyframe here. I'm actually going to start this a little bit more this way. That curve scares me more than anything else. What? I'm not really comprehending exactly. Oh, okay, I know that's fine. Okay, that's how the curve is doing. So the white dot is where it currently is, and then green dot is the keyframe. And then the path it takes. Okay, sure. Okay, that makes sense. So I basically want to pan inwards. Let's start Gura like a little bit this way. And as it pans in towards her, we want to put her back to where she actually needs to go. Let's start her not that low. So that kind of pans into her. I've got to add the idle motions or actions that she needs to be able to do later, but just get the camera to behave the way it needs to for now. Then from here, we want to actually maintain the zoom here. So let's go 100 here. Let's say it gets up to the 2-second mark. Let's say it pans over her for 30 frames. So we're gonna take that, and we also want to... Not like that. How do I just make a copy of this? I just hold... Jeez. I just say insert keyframe. No, that still changes it. Oh, that's annoying. How do I tell this to not move? So I had to just go like that. And then go into here and go paste. Okay, well. Copy and paste. So I probably want this to pan like a... Yeah, so let's... Over her face. Let's just get to go like... Oh. Go a little bit this way. Then we want it to pan in the next 30 frames. We want it to pan towards the shark. And we want to also move Gura off screen. So here we're going to have her in neutral position. And then here we're going to just shift her out of frame. And here we're going to tell the shark to keep it the whole position. And then when it gets to here, we want to bring the shark into like the center of the window. That's a bit much. Whoop. And then we kind of want to lightly pan again. Probably not that much. Then I just want to hold this for... What's this at? 150 frames? 160? 150... I think we'll go up to about 160. I'm just working in easily divisible numbers because that's probably going to cause me less pain overall. Then I want from here to maybe within the next, what am I at here? 170. Let's say at 200 frames. I want it to pan out to about 75 and right did what's this in like 960 540 I think. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit so that we'll more hit level here, and from here hold position. We're going to bring Gura back in. The way I'm setting this up, I really don't need the full motion of 8 seconds. I think I could work within a 4-second window as well. I just need something that's divisible by 20, well, can divide 24 into a clean number. What's it doing right now? Okay, first up, let's get the shark completely out of frame here to start. The camera work definitely needs a little bit. Oh, can I not control the curves for the position? Oh. I can't control the curves here. Well, that makes things a lot more complicated. Ugh. That makes things a lot worse. Oh, how do I deal with this then? And I do it in After Effects. I can control the curves in After Effects, but After Effects hurts my soul more than Live2D does. Can I control the curves with... Can I control it with this? I don't, do I? Do I grab these and move them? No, I don't. Okay, let's bring this into 4 seconds. instead of 8. I don't think I need the full 8. What? Oh dear. Oh, zooming out faster than it's moving up. Sure. What's moving? Yeah, it's moving up. Wait, why is there a curve here? If I get rid of this and just tell it to go out to 960, 540 creates that curve. Why does it create that curve? What the? Why does it need the curve? And then I need to bring it up to 50. Okay, this just needs to happen earlier than getting to the this point. Oh, don't do that, please. Just grab point 1 and move it across. Basically, I just need to hide the bit where it goes completely out of frame. That works. Alright, so, we're going to use the templates that I've not moved around. Let me just do something about this. But this is going to drive me absolutely insane. The very unfortunate fact that none of this crap you go into here. Okay. So everything just sits inside the folder now. So all of these templates were made with 30 frames in mind, so I actually don't know if it is going to work correctly here. Well, let's just see what happens. Where's Gura? Let's say if we blink, what does it give me? Where's the eyes? Well, that's a long ass blink. What does it give me? A full 60-second blink? Like, what's it give me if I add in the breathing idle? Just the breathing loop, give me the breathing loop so that I have a little bit of motion here. Let me just... Alright, that's open everything in one go. There really needs to be a quicker way to open everything. I'm pretty sure the templates are giving me everything with extended durations, because this is not how slowly this should be moving. right now there are a lot of motions that I set into. Okay, so to explain this in a general way, we have on the left here, we have aquarium, which is the core loop. It's a 24-second looping animation. And then we've got the starting one, which is supposed to be an animation that kind of fades into the aquarium loop. So when I was making this originally, it was 30 frames per second. And then I used the template system in Live2D's animator to make all of these templates, which is basically just creating a snapshot or a copy of a set of keyframes. But I think what Live2D has done is save them all for 30 frames. So now that I'm working at 60 frames, it doesn't work currently. Which is a little bit awkward. I got like this 2-second breathing loop, but I feel like it's going a little bit. I mean, along with the camera motion. Where's the camera? It needs to actually hold longer here, doesn't it? Position, because it gets to here, and then immediately swings over to here. Let's just say that between, you up for another like 10 odd frames it just stays there. Same thing for you and you. Jeez. You and you press the correct button. That would probably help. Just hold positions. Then it'll swing across this way. Pan a little bit, and then it'll swing out. Okay, I think that's probably what I want to do with the camera. I wanted to keep panning across slowly. I could remove this point and it will pan all the way out slowly over her while holding Gura's position, and then it'll swing out this way. Just for reference, I do not have any professional training in animation and I am winging it. Okay, let's just reduce the duration down to 4 seconds so that I can look at the loop easier here. Well, it's not supposed to loop, but loop per se. Let's just pop this in. Actually, I don't want the breathing loop, do I? Because I actually want to control what exactly I'm doing here. Okay, where's the body motion on Gura? Okay. We're going to, for the purpose of this, up to what? Here. Actually, it's like this 2 seconds, isn't it? We're going to increase the overall bounce, essentially, of this motion. Can I stretch it up this way? I can. Okay, no I can't. So let me just grab you, and we're going to bring you up to like 8. We're going to grab you, we're going to tell you to go down to like -3. We need to include arm motion onto here. That actually defines the motion a bit more. Let's say we don't include this at all, actually. Where's my ending point here? Ending point's about here. It's being pretty shifty with a lot of these motions here. Let me get this out of here. I'm just gonna throw some random key values into here just to vary this up a little bit and just see what that does. Then also need to probably through here. We're just gonna swing the arms a little bit. Okay, that feels a little fast now. Might have stretched this back out to 8 seconds as the whole thing. Camera's like swabbing all over the place really quickly, but okay, let's bring it back up to 8 seconds. We're gonna just stretch this out a bit. Can we? Okay. Oh, bring this back up to 8. But I think this is where I'm actually the most happy with how this part is going. Oh, the problem is that I can't stretch this part out together, which is really annoying. You know, I can make a rough estimate of all of these parts because they just line up with the Actually, hold on. Probably smarter if I do it this way. Actually, I can't because I have to stretch this out. Okay, so luckily this is linked. Wait, if I move this, let's just move everything else with it. It does. Thick. Okay, we're doing the primitive way. I'm going to make a screenshot. Okay, this is on my other monitor, but because I have to, I'm just gonna line up the values. Like this is the only value that isn't lined up, so it's fine. But I'm just gonna grab the scales, stretch the scale out to where I need it to go, which is 1 frame over, which should be like they're right about there. And then according to that, then I can grab this ends up above this. This ends up about halfway between here and here. Then we've got 3 points here, which all kind of have to line up here and equal this. Then how far apart is it? Like 1, probably what, 2 of these lines apart now? about. Then this point will be like over here somewhere. And then this point, this point will line up about here. And that should give me the same camera work as before, but the period of 8 seconds rather than 4. Then that just means that we have to take this portion and stretch it out to reach the 8-second mark, and that should provide the same bit as before now. Camera still swishing a little aggressively, but I can't control the curves on the camera, so that's not really something I can control, which is very unfortunate. I'm gonna stand up. I can feel my back hurting. No way. Alright, it's been about an hour. Stretch. Oh. Okay, so now that I've got these essentially 4-second period where things need to occur, we can also tell all of this crap, actually what, no, mostly just the hands, to also stretch out to the 4-second-ish mark. Do I need to make the blink faster or not? The blink currently happens in less than a second. I think from when the eyes close, I just want to add a eyeball motion so that she turns to effectively look at the shark. Let's go from here to go. She looks across. I need to redo the mouth shape a little bit. Oh, let's actually redo that now. A little bit different doing the mouth, but it's already at an angle to begin with. Probably should move the teeth and the lips separately instead of together. Surprising how, for the most part, it feels like the bottom part of the lip is fine. Really great thing that not using the maximum of the mouth opens pretty much ever. The maximum of the form feels probably a little stupid to use. Let's see. Let's go with that. It's good with this a default where we're gonna start from here and here. That's too fast. Okay, that's like what happening within a span of 2 seconds. I've spent what 4 seconds pen over her. We're just gonna grab this part. I'm gonna stretch this out over the 4 seconds instead. Just see how that feels for now. Don't really feel like I'm getting a good bounce here. The bounce position is pretty big though, isn't it? If I grab the torso, the body bounces were like whop. Well, it's not that big, I guess. I could tell it to just grab everything that had the bounce and just bring it forward a little bit as well. That's also a choice. Hmm. I think what I need to actually do here is remove the joint motions here. That makes the finger motions like, I think I just need to throw in a bunch of random keyframes into here just to make them move a lot. I think that's just what I need to do here. Sure, and we're just gonna do here. Just throwing in some random keyframes here. The whole point here is just to... It's probably gonna look incredibly stupid. We're just gonna make our fingers wiggle a little bit. Yeah, it's probably gonna look incredibly stupid, but gonna wiggle his fingers. Let's just see what that does in the 4 seconds. Too much. Way too much. Oh, that's horrific. Okay, we're gonna go with something a bit more basic. We're gonna just give it the more linear motion of 1 second. We're just gonna max this out, and then if that looks horrendous, we'll just reduce that. And then at 2 seconds, we're going to min this out again. And then we're gonna max this out again. Then we're just gonna min this out again. Just see how ridiculous it looks as she's flexing her fingers every second. It looks ridiculous, but that's mostly because the motion's too big. I should be able to just grab this and go like. Say if we bring it out to half. I mean, that's not too bad. Gives her hands a little bit of a motion, and we can kind of do that same idea with her arms. We're gonna be a little bit wild with her arms. We're gonna start from like minimum to. Do we just swing it back and forth min to max? Let's just swing it back min to max and see what happens with the arms if I do that. What is this? Can I just keep one, please? I'm very much on the verge of just eating through a bag of chocolate at this point. Oh boy. Okay, where's the body motion? We're going to try and make her do a pretty aggressive bounce. This is going to have to be supplemented by her hair motion. So instead of the very gentle hair motion that's occurring, we're going to, when she is pulled down, we want to just pull everything in. This is going to be a very large and exaggerated motion, but I think it will need to be like that. So when she bounces up, we want the hair to just flop forward. Okay. I'm not going to use the X's, so I'm just going to get rid of them. It's just kind of in the way at this point. Well, I just moved to a different order. I'm not using these, get them out of here. So flop forward, we'll just yank this way out there. This is the point where it's actually easier to have one master motion to control everything. We actually want this to go back a bit. Get the first part of the pendulum to swing out earlier than the rest. And this doesn't need to occur till like here. So it should just have this like big motion that swings back in. Apparently it definitely doesn't pan on the shark long enough. I should worry about all of Gura's movements first. I'm putting a sour yogurt ball to my mouth to stress eat, but oh man. Alright, suck that to the side. Not that to sell. Oh wait. I actually want the eyes to not just remain at max open. I actually want to reach a max open and then like between the end point and the midpoint of that, I actually want to just let the eyes like move a little bit so that they're not just completely static. Actually no, about here we want a new movement on the eyes anyway, so that's not relevant. I actually used that to occur earlier. Do I want to pan over Gura list? I do need to pan over Gura list. Let's try and have all Gura's motions end within 3 seconds then. So I can pan onto the shark and then have about a minute and a second and a half to... Okay, let's be smart about this and actually work out what I need to do as like the final part of this. This is it. Do I use the last 2-ish seconds to do that, or do I start that from like 5 seconds instead? I have to change how the camera is moving, but so at about 5 seconds, we want to close the eye, maybe about over this many frames. We're gonna close the eye. Then on 1 frame later, we want to swap you in. Oh, make sure that's closed by default. So that. Yeah, okay. Turn eye on. Turn eye off. Then from here we want to go open. We'll worry about the actual camera work later. Wait. Oh, right. How to deal with that? So right now the problem is I'm just gonna refill my water and go to the toilet. All right, and a bit of time for a thinking over pee. So for the opacity, one way to deal with this is just to not include the eyelid within this portion and just let it fly with everything else. So we drag it out of that and just put it inside the eye, because that's the most... And why's the brown here? This really needs to be in this spot. Just let that fly. That means that when the opacity changes, then the eyelid just sits there. I don't know how I feel about that. I need to bring this back to drawing board for a bit. Let's see. But regardless, for this portion, we want basically... Let's start panning the camera for this part. Basically want this portion of the camera work to already be occurring at this point. Basically want this part to jeez. You, and you. And you and you. Basically, what, the third point? We already want this to be happening at what, like 5 seconds? like here. Yeah, but I'll find it in order to be correct. I just have to adjust everything else to not make it show the background now. Just grab this and just shift it back a bit, why not? Does that help? Nope. Okay. Bring this out to here. Where's the eye opening part? This part can be stretched out a bit. I basically want to do the same thing on the shark. Once I dig through these folders for it. Where's shark eye motion? Let's see. Join a shark eye open to eye close, then go set this, next frame, turn. Oh, right. How do I deal with that? Okay, so that is because the lighting is on top of the eyes, but I can actually get around that by telling the lighting. Where's the shark's eyes? We're gonna tell the shark's eyes to actually move ahead of the lighting. So his eyes are going to be black and beady forever, but that prevents him from being affected by the lighting. Which looks a little bit weird because of how bright it is now. What's a better way to deal with this? I think I should actually take this back to drawing board for a bit. Some bits just aren't going to work. The main looping portion itself is working though. I mean, just needs some finer tuning adjustments, but I feel like this part is in much better shape than the bit with the more deliberate motions. Huh? wait. Where's the fish shadow here? Why is there... It's one of the shadows. That's because it moves over top, yeah. I mean, some of the curves definitely need to be adjusted here, but otherwise it's not wait a minute. Is it completely, right? They're not all clear completely. You're the culprit, aren't you? You are the culprit. Okay, yeah. You need to play with the fish in the background a little bit more. It's just like moving a bit too much. Where's the bubble trail? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. These are definitely occurring way too often. At least some of these are. Hmm. I think this is currently the most egregious bit, though. Um. Hmm. And these are kind of intentionally just spaced out randomly, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. No, that's fine. Hmm. Hmm. Let the I think this should go like probably like that. Yeah, that helps. I think that helps the mouth a little bit. I think I just need to rethink a lot how I'm doing this. No, I might actually be overdoing the bubbles a little bit. I feel like that's like the most egregious bit actually right now. The bubbles a little bit aggressive of how often they're occurring. Alright, but either way, I think I'm just gonna leave this here for now. I need to rethink exactly how this needs to be done. Which probably means putting it back into the drawing board for a little while. So it's gonna go back into the great barrel of things I've started and haven't finished projects, I think, at least for the foreseeable future. Because at the very least, the starting opening animation that I want to do that goes into loop, it's not great. The loop itself, I think, is mostly fine. There's probably some parts that I could play with the curves a little bit. Namely how each curve goes into the next part. But beyond that, I think it's actually more or less okay. This is not okay. So I just look at this as like, no, that's not okay. Oh, that's gonna need a bit of work. Alright, so, regardless, we're heading into October in just a bit, given that I don't stream during the weekends for the most part. Well, I don't plan to anyway. I'll start the that witch girl VTuber model next week and run that through October. I know Monday isn't October, but it may as well be for the most part. It's gonna take me the whole month to finish it probably anyway, but I'm only work on it in 2-hour segments, depending on how I feel the whole time as well. So that will be the plan for basically the whole of next month's worth of streams. We'll be making VTuber models because for some reason people really like that for Live2D stuff now, so I might still look for a Inktober list, just if I don't feel up to working on a Live2D model on the day. I think for the most part the art part will be fine. I just haven't decided on what exactly I want to do with the actual rig, which might actually be a thing I should decide on before starting, in terms of I want to have it do anything specific. I'll see. Either way, I might fix this up a little bit over the weekend, depending on how I feel, but I really need to rethink how this animation is going to work. So, either way, it's not going to be worked on for the next month. So, thank you very much for watching today's session of Live2D animation. Could be going better, but the loop itself is largely fine. So, I might put just that part out and not include the other part of the animation until that bit's done, after I've thought it through properly. But if you want to see the glorious process of way too many layers to make a Live2D VTuber model, be sure to be subscribed or following for that, depending where you're watching from, because that's going to be a lot of lines until the colors layer on top of it. Then it will look like a lot less lines. Because holy shit, Live2D with just the line layers looks absolutely insane. Either way, remember to leave a like to help me out, and I'll see you all next time.